the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, with over 60 years of existence, have made a sufficient contribution in development of Ghana by ensuring an effective capacity development to support the new country Ghana with a purpose to drive governmental policy and action along with educating the young men and women in the country. According to the Rector for GIMPA, Professor Samuel K.Bonsu, in his presentation stated that GIMPA Endowment policy provides the framework for operating the fund, which made Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration committed to an annual contribution of 1 billion Ghana cedis towards the principal, and will contribute more in the future to support the faculty student, including professorship and scholarship for student life and activities.
And its mandate to provide capacity building for Ghana's development. Endowment gifts are intended by their donors to benefit both current and future generations of students and scholars. In order not to privilege the present over the future, GIMPA will preserve investments into the endowment by spending only a fraction of their value each year. The endowment will support faculty and staff, students, infrastructure, professors, including endowed professorship, and the student life. A student's life would be taken and looked at holistically. It is not just about getting the student into the classroom, but providing opportunities to develop the entire human as they are, by way of opening avenues for them to experience work, to experience travel, and to see the world in a light that they would otherwise not have seen. The initial goal of this endowment is to raise a minimum of 1 billion Ghana cedis as the principal amount. It is our hope that the endowment will grow well beyond this initial target and become the largest source of revenue for GIMPA in the future to support students, scholarship, and other academic activities on the GIMPA campuses. The GIMPA endowment policy approved by Council provides the framework for operating the fund. As per Ghana's laws and regulations for some funds, or for such funds, we have also to prepare an outline of the processes and documents to facilitate the lawful management of the funds. And we appreciate the support of the CBG and the Republic Bank as we think through some of these matters. I know all of our other friends are waiting to help with their financial and other contributions to the fund. This September, we intend to initiate what will become a base for what I have just described. We would like to invite some of the top performing students from around the country to join us. Our budget for the year allows us to consider this at a very small level because we don't have the resources to go the way that we would like to go. We know that there will be many students who would like to be part of this program this year that we cannot afford to enroll. But we also know that this is only the beginning. Only the beginning. The endowment will allow us to expand the scholarship program for our students in the coming years, ideally to include all of our full-time undergraduate students. This is a very ambitious project. Having undergraduate students come to GIMPA, get the best quality of education that we can provide, and not have to pay a dime for it. We know they'll be paying back in other ways, least of which would be making a contribution to Ghana's capacity to deal with various issues that facilitate our development. I have seen the effect of such scholarships firsthand. My wife and I, with the support of some friends, have supported various students at GIMPA over the years. Some of my proudest moments are instances at graduation when the names of such students are called. And especially, and on several occasions this has been the case, when the students are named among the best in their classes. The holistic approach that we have taken to the well-being of these students has exposed them to the world and given them the experiences they need to face the cruel faculties of the world and to get the best out of them. We believe the flagship programs we are designing, supported by the endowment in the future, will help us raise intelligent, ethical, work-ready citizens. This is why we are here today. We hope to do this in defense, not just of only GIMPA's future, but also in the defense of Ghana's future.
But the GIMPA Endowment remains in perpetuity, and the Council, as a governing council, assumes fiduciary obligations to ensure that the contributions that are made in cash or kind are administered properly, are accounted for properly, and used for the purposes for which they were made. We are determined to do that. Now, so I'll remind you, call it FC GIMPA Endowment, so that not just a fund, GIMPA Endowment. And on that note, may I have the pleasure to launch at this hour, this day, at this place, GIMPA Endowment.